Oh shit, here we go again.
Every villain is light skin.
Again.
Every villain is light skin.
One more time.
Every villain is light skin.
What do we do when we see a light skin in the back?
Get her Instagram.
No! That is not what we do when we see a light skin. We run away and flee.
This is Kanye, Kanye's me. I'm the writing on this paper. And who are you to judge me in my preference of women? Who cares if I'm taking the 10 out of 10 light skin over any other race 10 out of 10 every time? And it's been this way. It's been this way for a long time, even before my ex. Now let's get to the meat and bones. My ex. You see the title, and now I have to break it down.
This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic. A paranormal anomaly affecting the entire nation has been detected. This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic. A paranormal anomaly affecting the entire nation has been detected. This message is being broadcast by the Department of Defense of the Republic.
One more time.
A paranormal anomaly affecting the entire nation has been detected.
Back to our regular scheduled program, linking up with my ex. But before I get to the actual meetup, I have to give you some background knowledge. It all takes place a little over a year ago. My ex of 2.5 years, the woman at one point I considered the love of my life, we ended things off. The relationship was not perfect, there were ups and downs, there were wrongdoings on both sides. What can I say, we were young and learning. She also was about to move about 9 hours away, so that was going to change things completely, long distance. And with the relationship already having hits in it, taking that long distance would not have been easy, and it definitely would not have worked. And throughout this entire breakup process, I felt like I knew this was coming, but my mind was tricking itself into not wanting it to happen. Obviously, because it's the little things, the stuff that if you weren't in love with somebody, you would be fully aware of. Them taking a little longer to text back, them having an attitude all the time. You see the things, but you don't want to accept it. But it wasn't terrible though. We had a nice conversation when we broke up, and that was it. We started doing no contact after that. We didn't have each other blocked or anything though. It's all cordial, I guess. It was low-key awkward because we had a class at the time, but thankfully we were allowed to do the work online. If we did it online, we didn't have to show up to class. So you best believe I did all that work online. But things were tough around this time. So after about a month, I did the unthinkable and I broke no contact. No contact is always a really weird situation to be in, and by me breaking it, I opened the doors for absolutely some bullshit that I was not prepared for. And at the time, we were staying on the same college campus, so I would see her from time to time. We didn't run into each other that many times, but when I did see her, it was always an awkward encounter. She did not like that I broke no contact, but she did agree to meet up with me, and it was very, very interesting. I look back at these experiences and I get mad at myself sometimes, but this is the shit that you have to learn from, and I definitely did. When she agreed to meet with me, we had been doing no contact for about a month now, and you gotta think, in my mind, it's still the love of my life. I didn't have that much experience outside of her relationship wise. I was like, bet she wants to meet up with me, she might want to get back together, knowing in my mind that she was still moving. But I was like, okay, there's a chance. So my dumb ass, I went to Walmart, I got some fruits, I was gonna bring out to this trail with these chairs and stuff. We were gonna have a little picnic and discuss everything. LOL. I ended up picking her up. I picked her up from the cafeteria on our college campus. She got in the car or whatever, and I was like, all right, we're about to dip out. She's like, where are you going? She really just wanted to stay in the car. Shit, she didn't really want me to come in the car. She wanted me to go inside the building. And so from there, I should have already aborted the mission. But no, I had to see it through at this point. I took her over there. We talked for a little bit. She told me the only reason she met up with me was because she felt bad for me. Oh my gosh. And those words, they stuck with me for so fucking long. But anyways, we met up on there. She didn't eat any of the fruits I bought. The conversation was really awkward. She was just telling me about how good she felt since we broke up. Basically, it went nothing how I anticipated it. After that, I was really shitty. I took her back to the cafeteria, and at that point, I'm like, holy shit, no, it's really over, bro. She does not fuck with me. At the time, my hairline was receding. I had to hop off a dash ride and shit after this. Like, I had to get my hairline back. But bro, imagine losing the love of your life and also losing your hair at the same time. I was going through the worst time of my life. And then after this, like the next day, she posts on her story something about how she's doing super well and her ex is balding on her main fucking story. The bitch was talking shit. Not to mention, I didn't even get to see this post because she blocked me out everything. Next few months were rough, losing my hair, knowing my ex was thriving, knowing that she's moving away, and overall just accepting that I had to move on. Initially I didn't hop on the hoes, I wanted to take care of myself first. I did some retention, I practiced abstinence, not that I was getting any hoes anyway. I started going to the gym, I started eating better, really taking time on my routines, every night, every day. I don't know if I knew it at the time, but by doing this I was building the foundation for my future. So I made it through summer, working my job, just trying to get my money up, still going to the gym, trying to get on that self-improvement journey. At this time I was really reconnecting with nature. Like, I was outside all the time, and it really stayed like this until I went back to college. Around this time I had got my roommate, I was just starting school, a new territory. I was feeling good, it was good for my head, and I finally started getting on the hoes. I stacked up a few bodies, and that really did help me get through it. At first it was like, damn, is this really what it is, just this pointless sex? Like, damn, I really do miss the genuine connection and bliss I had while being in a relationship. And sometimes I still deal with that, but that pointless sex and talking to the other women, out of sight, out of mind, is what I really had to do to get through my ex. I deleted all the pictures, she was already blocked, so I just had to fucking move on. And so I was getting on the hoes. But it did definitely change my perspective on relationships in general, because being single is more than just mingling with the hoes. It's having the free time, not having anybody tell you what to do, not constantly being questioned for the things you do with your life. And it's just funny that I say that now, because if I would have told that to myself when I got broken up with, I would have had a completely different view on that statement. Because when you're in a relationship with somebody for that long, you get really codependent. It's amazing having somebody really care about what you're doing. Being seen is amazing, but it's not the end of the world to not be seen, at least by somebody else, because every day that you wake up, you have yourself. You're always seeing what you're doing, and you can keep track of your progress. You don't have to have anybody else tell you that if you know that you're getting straight to it. Fast forward to the current date, to this Sunday, 7/13/2025.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
So my sister and my ex, they were really close before we even started dating. My ex was coming into town to see some of her friends because she did move away. I haven't seen this woman in over a year and a half. We have two houses. We got one that we mainly live in and one that we're about to move into. So the other one is never really occupied. I know my ex is coming into town. I'm not thinking anything about it. I'm thinking she's not gonna want to see me. I would like to see her, but it's nothing crazy if I don't. So I'm not really thinking anything of it. For some context, my sister, she's seen the entire process, my entire healing process. We had joked that I would go down there when my ex showed up, but we were just joking. And subconsciously, I had been waiting at the house all day, waiting on the text to go down there. But at some point, I was like, fuck that, I'm just gonna go skate. I went out to the park, I'm chilling, doing my thing, nice little warm up going. I get a text from my sister. We need the microphones for karaoke. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. I'm like, I'm not randomly pulling up to the place where my ex is unannounced. Does everybody know I'm coming? My sister's like, hell yeah, pull up, lock in. She's throwing me the alley-oop. Once I saw that, I said, oh shit, I gotta lock in. Mind you, my ex and I still have each other blocked on everything, but I didn't give a fuck. She already hit me up, it's go time. I go home, I get showered, I get nice and smelling good. I'm ready to go. I hop in the car and I head down to the house. It's game time. I pull up to the house, I have the microphones in hand because of course I pulled up. My ex know I'm coming, of course I'm pulling up. I make it to the house and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I haven't seen this woman in a very long time. I see her walk out the door, the memories instantly get to flooding. It's actually insane. I have recently seen her online because somebody showed me her TikTok, but besides that, I really didn't know what to expect. But goddamn, she was looking gorgeous. Of course, I had to keep it P. We was just chilling for the first half of the night, but I'm gonna spare y'all the details. We know where that went. It had been so long since I seen her, we had to get that shit out. But it was good. We stayed the night together. We didn't really talk too much. I guess we don't really want to know too much about what's going on. We still have progress that we've recovered from over our relationship, but we didn't want to fuck that up too much. It's currently July 31st. It's been over 2 weeks since that moment. And I've had a lot of time to think. I started editing this video like a few days after, and my mind was all over the place. The time I shared with my ex was amazing. Those 2 years, 2.5 years were an amazing time. But this year and a half that I've been single has showed me a lot. Being single is definitely more than just fucking hella hoes. I've really fallen in love with being by myself, and it's almost something I feel trapped in nowadays. But I think that's okay. I want to keep grinding. And you never know where the world might take us. I was only around that woman for a day and it already felt like she was my girlfriend again. I was getting really defensive and shit. So who knows, the world might lead us back to each other one day. But for right now, I think I'm okay, and I know that she's doing okay, and I do wish her the best. There's no bad blood. I hope y'all enjoyed a look into my insanity and kind of where my head is. Like and subscribe, and I got y'all a new video one day.